Good morning, everybody. We are from Devi Mahalakshmi Polytechnic, Titwala, Department of Computer Engineering and Information Technology. Semester 3rd, subject Computer Graphics. Myself, Miss Anita Shurture. Now I am going to teach you the remaining topics of chapter number 4. In previous video, we had discussed line clipping and Sutherland algorithms. In this video, we will learn about the Langbarsky line clipping algorithms. This algorithms uses the parametric equations of a line and inequality describing the range of the clipping box to determine the intersection between the line and the clipping box. With these intersections, it knows which portions of the line should be drawn. This algorithm is significantly more efficient than Cohen-Sutherland. The ideas for clipping line of Langbarsky and Cyrus-Beck are the same. The only difference is the Langbarsky algorithms has been optimized for an upright rectangular clip window. This algorithm was developed by the Lange and Barsky used for line clipping. It is more efficient than Cyrus-Beck algorithms. In previous lectures, we had discussed about the Cyrus-Beck algorithms and Cohen-Sutherland algorithms. Because it uses more efficient parametric equation to clip the given line. The Lange-Barsky clipping algorithms is Cyrus-Beck specialized to the standard rectangular. The ideas for clipping the line of Lange, Barsky and Cyrus-Beck are the same. The only difference is the Lange-Barsky algorithms has been optimized for an rectangular clip window. That is, here clipping window is a rectangular, whereas in a Cyrus-Beck it is convex. This algorithm uses more efficient parametric equation to clip the given line. These parameters equations are x is equal to x1 plus t dx and y is equal to y1 plus t dy. 0 is less than is equal to t is less than is equal to 1. Then Lange and Barsky have created an algorithm that uses the floating point arithmetic but finds the appropriate endpoints at most 4 computations. This algorithm uses the parametric equations for a line and solves for inequalities to find the range of the parameter for which the line is in the viewport. The equation is the x is equal to x1 plus t dx and y is equal to y1 plus t dy, where dx is equal to x2 minus x1 and dy is equal to y2 minus y1. Here the p of x1 y1 and q of x2 y2 be the line which we want to be study. The parametric equations of the line segment from gives the x values and y values for every point in terms of parameter that ranges from 0 to 9. So the equation is x is equal to x1 plus in bracket x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1's value is the dx. So into t is equal to x1 plus dx into t and y is equal to y1 plus y2 minus y1's value is the dy into t is equal to y1 plus dy into t. We can say that when the t is equal to 0, the point computed is p of x1 y1 and when t is equal to 1, the point computed is q of x2 and y2 is here. So this is the equations of how to solve the problems in using the Lange-Barsky algorithms. Then which is the algorithms? Then we have to find out the find out the solutions of these equations. So the set T of Mn minimum is equal to 0 and T max is equal to 1. Then second is calculate the values of TL, TR, TT and TB is there. Then if Tm is equal to 0 and or Tmax, ignore it and go to the next stage. If T is less than T minimum or T is greater than T max, then ignore it and go to the next stage. Then otherwise, classify the T value as entering or exiting the value. Then if T is entering value set, T minimum is equal to T. Then if it is existing value set, T max is equal to T. Then third is if T minimum is less than T max, then draw a line from x1 plus dx into T minimum in semicolon y1 plus dy into M minimum is there. 2 x1 plus dx into T max and y1 plus dy into T max is there. If the line crosses over the window, you will see the x1 plus dx into T minimum and y1 plus dy into T minimum and x1 plus dx into T max y1 plus y1 plus dy into T max are the intersection between the line and edges, and draw this line segments is there. For example is here. Let P is equal to 1 of 3 and Q is equal to minus 4 into 2. While the edge equation is x plus 2y is minus 4 is equal to 0, then determine if the vector from the P to Q is entering or exiting the edge. So we can determine n from the equation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 when where n is equal to ab, n bar is equal to in bracket a comma b, and therefore n bar is equal to 1 comma 2. Then q minus p, then we have to enter the value of q minus p is there, and n bar is equal to q minus p is equal to 1 comma 2 in bracket complete, then into the minus 5 into minus 1 is equal to the answer is minus 0, which is less than the 0. Then advantages: more efficient than other algorithms as line intersections with a bond calculations are reduced and the intersections of lines are computed only once. In general, the Lenz-Vasquez algorithms is more efficient than the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm since intersection calculations are reduced. So in these algorithms we have learned about the intersection calculations are reduced. Then each update of parameters T1 and T2 requires only one division, and window intersections of the lines are computed only once. When the line final values of T1 and T2 have been computed. In contrast, the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm can repeatedly calculate intersections along a line path, even though the line may be completely outside the clip window. And each intersection calculations requires both divisions and multiplications. Both the Cohen-Sutherland and Lenz-Vasquez algorithms can be extended to three-dimensional clipping saga. Then second is the midpoint subdivision line clipping. This algorithm also works in a two phases like a Cohen-Sutherland algorithms. There are two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. The in phase 1 is exactly same as like a Cohen-Sutherland algorithms. In Cohen-Sutherland algorithms also included the two phases are there, and where we assign the 4-bit region code to the endpoints of the line and find out the category of a line. Then category 3 is passed to phase 2, and here phase 2 differs. These algorithms handle the category 3 lines differently as given below. So phase 2 If the category 3 lines are partially visible as they intersect window boundary, and find out midpoint of this line segment and subdivide it into two equal parts. Now once again the find out the category of a line to see if a line segment is visible or partially visible, that is if it is category 1, 2 or 3. Repeat this process of the subdivision of a line and finding its category for line segments until we get completely visible and or completely invisible line segments. The summaries of this algorithm, the algorithms midpoint subdivision line clipping. So the first is already we had to enter the start is there. The step 1 is the start. Second is the read two endpoints of a line, say p1 of x1 y1 and p2 is x2 y2. Step 3, read lower left and upper right coordinates of clipping window. Step 4, assign 4-bit region codes to p1 and p2. Step 5, check category of line for its visibility. And step 6 is if category 1 line, then accept line, display it. And if category 2 line, then the reject line, discard it. And if category 3 line, then they continue. For the category 3 line, find out its midpoint and divide it into two equal line segments. For both divided line segments, repeated this steps 4 to 7 is until you get the completely visible and completely invisible line segments in category 1 and 2. And after that, the stop is here. This is some of the example of the midpoint algorithms. So figure shows the line for clipping the process. Here the actual visible and invisible lines figures are shown here. The following example illustrated. Here the phase P1 and phase 1 and 2 are included, and in this phase 1 and 2 are considered as according to the category 1, 2 or 3 is there. So the solution is to region the codes of a previous example. The P1 is 0001 and P2 is equal to 1000. As bitwise logical AND of a P1 and P2 is 000 line is in a category 3. Now divided it is at the midpoints P3 forming two segments P1, P3 and P3, P2. Once again both line segments falls in the category 3. Now divide both line segments by finding their respective and midpoints. Therefore a segment P1, P3 is P1, P4 and P5, P2 are completely invisible. And hence the discarded various the P3, P5 is completely visible and hence drawn is. This is the lines is here. The P1, P4, P3, P2 in figure 1a is shown. The P1, P2 is the first start point and end points are there, and in the middle point is the P3, and after that the P3 are in this line is also divided into two parts. So in the middle is the P4 is between the P1 and P3, and after that P3 and P2 is the divided into divided or by the P5. So here we have to find out the visible values is there, visible lines are there. So the visible line is the P4 and P5 is also there. So but the P4 is not exactly in a center. So the P again divided into two parts. The P4 and P3 is divided into again another parts, and then P6, and so the midpoint are given there, and midpoints is the P6 is there. Then P6 up to P5 is the midpoint subdivisions algorithms are here. After that the polygon clipping is there. If a polygon is a proceed for clipping using line clipping algorithms, it may display series of unconnected line segments. Unbounded area are shown in the figure. This is the before clippings figure and after clipping figures are shown in the figure B. Then, but in the polygon clippings, we want to display the bounded area, closed area after clipping as shown in the figure 4.19, and 4.19 is here. Therefore, output of a polygon clipping algorithm should be sequence of vertices that define the clipped polygon boundaries are here. And after that, the Sutherland-Hongman's polygon clippings algorithms is here. Sutherland-Hongman's algorithms we had discussed in a line clippings algorithm. This is the also part of a line clipping is the Sutherland-Hongman algorithms, and the polygon clipping algorithms also divided in use the follow the Sutherland-Hongman polygon clippings algorithms steps. So see, here a polygon is a clip by processing all its edges boundaries as a single. Edges is also called as the boundaries as a single whole unit against each edge of a clipping window. It can be done by processing all polygon vertices against each edge of clipping window in turn as first is the original set of polygon vertices are first clipped against left edge of window to produce new set of vertices. Second, new set of vertices is now clipped against right edge to produce the new set of vertices is there. And again this new set is clipped against top and then bottom edge of clip window to produce final sequence of polygon vertices top and bottom clipper respectively. Here at each steps new set of vertices is generated and which is passed to next window boundary for producing a new set of vertices. All vertices are proceed in a following way and against the boundary, and this processing is repeated against rest all boundaries till we get a final set of vertices is there. The processing vertices, if a first vertex of a polygon edge is outside and second is inside window boundary, the intersection point of polygon edge with a window boundary and second vertex are added to output vertices are set. If both vertices of edge are inside window boundary, then add only second vertex to output set. If a first vertex of edge is inside and the second is outside of window boundary, then point of intersections of edge with window boundary is stored in output set. If both vertices of edge are outside of a window, then boundary, then nothing is added to set output. So, figure shows is here. The processing of vertices is there. The vertices is given the v1, v-1 and v2 is there. Save. Then the polygon vertices are saved or discarded. Here to summarize, the Sutherland-Hongman's clipping algorithm steps are followed. The first is start, and second is read the coordinates of all vertices of polygon. Every time you have to read the vertices of read the coordinates of all vertices of polygon, and after that they read lower left and upper right coordinates of a clipping window and the process vertices against the left edge of the window to get output vertices set, and repeat the steps 4, and every time you have to process the vertices against the left edge of window to get the output vertices. And this steps is repeated up to top and bottom edges of the polygon respectively to get the final output vertices sets are there. And after that the steps number 6 is the display the polygon connecting all vertices for output vertices stats, and the last is the stops is there. And here the after the clipping the polygon is shown in the figure. Then the given a set of polygon vertices The coordinates and coordinates of a clipping window. The output vertices is the after clipping against left edge A, V2, V3, B. Here, while polygon is to left of left edge and hence processing over, you do not need to go for processing against the other edges. Therefore, final output of set of vertices to display is A, V2, V3, B. Therefore, output is given in the figure 4.22 is there. And after that, next topic is the text clipping. There are several techniques that can be used to provide text clipping. In a There are the several techniques that can be used to provide a text clipping. In previous slides, we have discussed about the line clipping. So now the text clipping is there. Then you have to clip the text in the figure. So the text clipping in the graphics package. The clipping techniques used will depends on the methods used to generate characters and the requirements of a particular application. There are three methods for text clipping, namely all or none string clipping. All or none characters clipping and text clippings are there. And here, the before clipping, the strings is out of the window. So, the all or none string clippings are there. Then shown in here, all or none string clipping is in before clipping strings are there. And after the clipping, only string 2 are shown here. So in all or none string clipping method, either we keep the entire string or we reject entire strings based on the clipping window. And second is all or none character clippings in there. In before clipping, the strings 1 and string 3 is the inside and outside of the window, and string after the clipping, the string some characters are shown in this, and string 3 some characters are some characters of string 3 are shown in the figure B. And this clipping method is based on the characters rather than the entire strings. In this method, if the string is entirely inside the clipping window, then we keep it. If it is partially outside the window, then you reject only the portions of the string being outside. If the character is on the boundary of the clipping window, then we discard that entire characters and keep the rest strings. And after that, the text clippings is here. Then this clipping method is based on the character rather than the entire string. In this method, if the string is entirely inside the clipping window, then we keep it, and if it is the partially outside the window, then you reject only the portions of a string being outside. If the character is on the boundary of the clipping window, then we discard only that portions of the character that is outside of the clipping window. Thank you. In this video, we have finished the chapter number 4, and the next lecture we will start the chapter number 5 is there.